Let's do it. 90.7 WTCC. Let me see. Phone line ringing already? I ain't said nothing. Let me check it out. Good morning.
Yeah, can I talk about the cadets, the Navy cadets?
The Navy cadets. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was just wondering, I've been reading about the 4chan and how they created that hand signal to be racist, and I just don't, I don't even think it is. I think it was a big joke.
You don't think it was racist?
No,
Yeah, okay. Well, that's not part of the topic today, but it was racist. Um, the Army Navy game, white cadets are throwing up the white power symbol. If you look at the picture of the white nationalists who murdered 51 people in New Zealand, in a mosque in New Zealand, who said that he was inspired by Donald Trump and by Candace Owens. He's standing between law enforcement authorities with handcuffs on, and he's holding up the white power symbol. That's exactly what that is. Everybody knows what it is. And now white folks want to pretend that when these bigots hold up the white power symbol, they're just saying okay. Why are you randomly doing okay? Who does that? Who randomly puts up okay, you know, slips their hand by the commentator on national TV when you notice that you're on the Jumbotron? Who does that? Who does that? Nobody but white nationalists. Yeah, it was racist. So we're not going to get into that today. 413-736-2781. Good morning to everybody who's chiming in from the program. Good morning, Instagram, Facebook Live, Twitter/Periscope, YouTube, all of those who are listening throughout the Pioneer Valley and on the internet across the globe. Good morning to each and every one of you. Congratulations out to all the black girl magic that's been happening out there. To Chelsea Christ, who won Miss USA, to Nia Franklin, who won Miss America, to Callie Garris, who won Miss Teen USA, to Zozabini Tunzi, who won Miss Universe, and to Tony Ann Singh, who won Miss World. And for the first time in history, all 5 major pageants were won by black women. Now, what they're saying out there, they're saying won by women of color. They're won by black women. That's some real black girl magic going on right there. Congratulations out to each and every one of them, and especially in a nation where white standards of beauty have been the norm, and where black people had been taught to hate their wide noses, to hate their thick lips, to hate their kinky hair, to hate their dark skin. Women have been taught to hate, their wide hips and their big breasts, and all of that stuff, and to conform to white norms and standards of beauty. For these 5 black women to be recognized is historic, especially it happening in the same year. So congratulations to each and every one of them. Now, listen, the entertainer Lizzo is having a great year. I mean, you really, as an entertainer, it's hard to have a better year than what she's having. She was just on the cover of Time magazine. Time named her the Entertainer of the Year. She was nominated for 8 Grammys. She's got millions of fans, and she's made her name off of freely expressing herself as a proud big black woman. And they say that she inspires women all around the world to come out from behind the closet of self-doubt and break out of societal restraints, to feel confident and sexy and and proud and to love yourself and all of that, all of that positive messaging that has really catapulted her to recognition. She's kind of like the Black Adele, it's kind of elevating her to iconic status. Though she's brash and exuberant, unapologetic in some of the controversial things that she says and does, there was a wider controversy that erupted last week when she went to the Fakers game. Yeah, I said it. All you Lakers fan, Reverend Jesse Burgess. Yeah, to all you Lakers fan, Wayne Allen. Yep, to all you Lakers fans, my brother Fred Swan. All you Lakers fans. Anyway, she went to a Lakers game, and well, it was interesting. It was the Lakers versus the Timberwolves. Last Sunday, she went there with her entourage. And she wore a long black T-shirt dress with some fishnet tights, some patent boots, and I wish I could unsee what I saw, but a thong, or in the words of Tariq Nasheed, a wrong. that it wasn't a thong, it was a wrong. Now, from the front, the outfit, was just typical, like anything somebody might wear to the basketball game. But from the back, Jesus, take the wheel. From the back, it was a completely different story. It had a large hole cut out in the back to reveal her entire behind. That was a large hole. That was a big hole. It was a big hole. Anyway, to reveal her thong. Now during halftime, the Laker girls danced to her song "Juice," and she got up and twerked. Yeah, got up and twerked. Now people were saying, that's representing a strong black woman. Since when do black women need to twerk in order to show their strength? My mother is one of the strongest women I know on the planet. I ain't never seen her twerk. Okay? Since when my sisters are strong black women. They don't twerk. My daughters are strong black women. They don't twerk. Now, y'all want to twerk, y'all go on to twerk. All I'm saying is, since when is being a strong black woman associated with twerking in public? Y'all gonna have to help me with that one. So anyway, she twerks to her song and revealed a lot of herself in the process. And it was blown up on the screen in the stadium. All right? She twerked, showed her behind, her thong, and then continued to show her behind on Instagram, sharing a video of herself from behind, saying this is what a bad bee looks like when she goes to the Lakers game. And had somebody filming her from behind, showing her backside. More than many of us wanted to see. Now here's the thing. She was in the club. She was at a private party. She was at a strip club. Wherever. Some appropriate venue for revealing your flesh in that way. That's one thing. But you're at a game, a sporting event with the public around. People's kids were at the game. And I don't care how y'all try to spin it. I don't care. I've been called all kinds of things since I commented on it. I'm a misogynist. It's misogynoir. All that kind of stuff. I don't buy it. Okay? It was simply inappropriate. Okay? And there aren't too many sensible people that disagree with that, including women. 413-736-2781. What makes her think that any parent wants their young son or daughter to see her expose her derriere for thousands of people and cameras at a Lakers game? Ain't nobody came to the game to see your butt crack. That's not what they came for. They came to see the Lakers against the Timberwolves. And I don't care, y'all try to use false equivalencies all you want. Well, cheerleaders are scantily clad. They ain't showing their butt crack. Okay? So stop it. Stop comparing a cheerleader outfit to twerking with your behind out in a thong. It ain't the same thing. It's not. And as a role model, as a growing celebrity, her people, they need to let her know that there's a difference in the type of venues that you go into. What you can do in this venue, you can't do in that venue. All right? Now, she might be a star in the music world, but she ain't bigger than the game. And that's no pun intended, no weight shaming intended. People respect her rise, her standing in the industry. But please have a modicum of class. That's necessary, especially for a star that wants to be an example, to young girls and to women. And there are a lot of fans coming to her fence. They're trying to divert the real issue. Once again, they're trying to blame us for body shaming. Y'all all need to sit down, shut up, be quiet, and let Lizzo take her criticism like the bad bee that she says that she is. Okay? It's constructive. And her response to the mess, that really revealed her insecurity, her defensiveness, rather than understanding that this is a venue where people's children, it's a family-friendly atmosphere, etc., that it was inappropriate for you to be flashing your behind out at this event. She took to Instagram to defend herself, and she said whoever didn't like her A could kiss her A. That's classy. Yeah, that's just classy. Certain rules don't change for Lizzo or for anybody else. Now, just imagine for a moment if she was a man who came and exposed his behind, all right, in the vicinity of children in a public venue. If I did that, I would get arrested. They wouldn't show me on the Jumbotron. Nobody would be coming to my defense. They'd be saying, that's a perverted preacher. He ought to be locked up. Keep your kids away from him. That's what y'all would be saying. And that's what y'all would be saying if a man did the exact same thing that Lizzo did at that game. So it's not the act of twerking that's the problem. It's the see-through, barely lace behind view she provided for everybody to see. She wasn't at the strip club. This was not a situation that's necessarily going to affect her fan base or popularity. But she could at least try to understand why people got upset instead of just blowing it off as they were hating. No, everything ain't hating. All right? Some things are constructive criticism that you need to listen to. And this is one of those cases where you need to sit down and kind of, do an assessment of your behavior and self-correct. Obviously, millions of fans have accepted you for who you are. They encourage your spontaneity, your behavior, but celebrities from all over the world, way more iconic and known than Lizzo. Some who have been just as uninhibited as she. They've attended Lakers games and followed the rules for proper decorum. And that's all we're saying. 413-736-2781. So, Christmas time is almost upon us, a week from this Wednesday. And whether you believe the Christmas tradition is rooted in the pagan holiday, whether you believe it's about a baby born in swaddling clothing, or shamans getting high on magic mushrooms, and that is a thing. Whatever you believe about Christmas, we can agree it's become more than a simple religious remembrance, and it's evolved into a cultural ritual. In America, it's more commercialized than most places, but it's a big deal, whether people believe in Christ or whether they believe it's his birthday or not, whether you're atheist, agnostic, Christian, whatever your religious persuasion or not is, Christmas is still a big deal to most people. And because of this, there are some real differences between black Christmas and white Christmas. There are real differences between the way black Americans celebrate the season and the way the rest of the country celebrates the season. All right, so let me just walk you through some of these, disparities in terms of how we celebrate. Because sometimes other folk can't recognize the holiday when we black folk begin to celebrate. See, when it comes to black Christmas, the holiday begins much later than the traditional Caucasian season. See, the white Christmas season begins immediately after the Dallas Cowboys lose on Thanksgiving. Okay? It immediately after Thanksgiving, after the Cowboys lose, they pack up the van and they drive to camp out at the stores to get ready for Black Friday. They don't even get a turkey's time to digest. Before they're wandering to the mall, getting ready to fight other white people in a game, in a tournament, to buy some discounted gifts for their loved ones. Whether they're fighting over, way back in the day, Cabbage Patch dolls or flat screen TVs or iPhones or whatever. They get, soon as Dallas loses, they pack up and they get ready to go and camp out for Black Friday. And I'm not saying that black people don't wade into the Black Friday morass, because there's some of y'all that are stupid enough, to go out and camp out with the white folks and roast marshmallows all night and stuff to get ready to fight other people on that Black Friday. But for the most part, black folks have been taught to value a good sale, but we not going out on Black Friday to deal with all that foolishness. See, the reason black people always win the Walmart Fight Fest and the matches over dirt cheap flat screen TVs is partly because, unlike our white counterparts, we're not purchasing those presents for our loved ones. And y'all got to be honest about it. We buying that flat screen for ourselves, okay? All right. See, y'all ain't got enough invested in the fight because you buying it as a gift for Billy. Black folk out buying that plasma screen TV on if they out on Black Friday trying to get it, they buying it for themselves. Come on, how many of y'all on social media? Can I get an amen? Somebody just type amen right there. Because you know you buying it for yourself. I mean, and there have been studies that a great percentage of black folks who do go out on Black Friday are doing it for their own benefit. See, black Christmas shoppers, we get most of our gifts during the holiday of Christmas bonus paycheck day. You know, that's when black folks start decking the halls with boughs of holly. Because that's when the true Christmas season begins. They waiting on that bonus check. But for the most part, we not out there doing the Black Friday thing. And y'all think it's a shame that we do everything on CP time. Yeah, and it is for the most part. And we do Christmas on CP time. Because Black Christmas extends way past Christmas Day. You know, our Christmas goes past Christmas Day because we get those presents in the after Christmas sale and the New Year's Day sale, and then in the as soon as January 1st come, they go to H&R Block, and when we get our tax check sale. You know, so Christmas Day can extend all the way into April for black people. And the gifts that we get are a little different, you know, than the gifts other folks give. So the things that we eat are a little different. You know, they eat pumpkin pie, we eat sweet potato pie. You know, the gift-giving part of Black Christmas lasts way past Christmas once again. You know, we wait till it's over. Then we going to send the grandkids their gifts and stuff when the prices go back down. So, you know, we just have a different cultural norm in terms of how we handle the Christmas season. That's why I haven't gone shopping yet. That's why we ain't tripping. You know, we ain't running out doing like, listen, it's a sin for me to go out to shop before the 20th of December. That's just real. And I know there's a whole lot of black fathers and mothers out there saying, amen, Bishop. I know you got that right. I mean, that's just the way it is. Now, let me tell y'all about Black Santa. White Santa, Black Santa. I was at the mall with my son, and we weren't there shopping. We were out there because he wanted to go to the arcade and wanted to go bowling. So we went to hang out and go bowling. And y'all, you know, I still got it. Boy, I ain't been out there in a while, but, you know, brother was putting them strikes down. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, I saw these black families waiting in line with their babies to take a picture with White Santa. And that blew my mind. Not that you don't see one or two here, but there was a lot of them out there. And I'm like, really? You know, and I know, you know, folks say, well, you know, Bishop, you really ought to stop it because Santa's a fictional character and it doesn't matter his color. That's always the story when y'all change people from black to white. And then you say it don't matter. The color all of a sudden don't matter once you got them looking European. You know, when y'all made Charlton Heston play Moses and turned Moses and them into white folks, the color didn't matter. Y'all turned Jesus into a white, blonde-haired, blue-eyed dude from Europe. Color don't matter. Santa Claus is one of the hallmarks of white Christmas. See, white kids, they believe in Santa Claus till they like 22 or 23 years old or something. Black children, you know, they got about 20 minutes once they come into consciousness to hear about Santa Claus before they realize the idea of a benevolent white dude bringing joy into their lives is highly questionable, especially when most other white people do not bring joy to them. And this is because white people are much better at accepting nonsense than we are. As soon as a black kid can talk and ask questions, all right, they got too many questions that can't be answered by the Santa fairy tale. And most of them know, mom, dad, y'all the ones who bought these presents. And they have smart questions because our kids are smart. They ask questions like, how did Santa Claus get into our third floor apartment and we ain't even got a chimney? And if he did, shouldn't we be upgrading the alarm system? Our kids are smart. They're smart. They look up on the roof. They know how much room is up there. And they're like, so you mean to tell me Santa Claus landed on the roof with 12 reindeer and ain't nobody noticed nothing? The pit bull next door didn't start barking. The nosy old lady over there who sees what time we come in and out the house, nobody noticed some fat white dude with a sleigh and 12 whole reindeer landing on the roof. Our kids are smart. They got intelligent questions. I mean, they're like, okay, so we left out some milk and cookies. Why would Santa Claus eat the cookies, but he didn't touch Grandma's sweet potato pie that was right there next to it? He didn't want no sweet potato pie. They ask intelligent questions. Intelligent questions, and those of our children that have any level of consciousness, I have conscious children. I got conscious children. They know the history of black people and the oppression and struggle that we went through. And the first thing they're going to ask is, wait a minute, don't you think there's something wrong with all these elves slaving and making all these toys for free? Ain't that kind of like slavery? I mean, elves' lives matter, right? I mean, our kids are smart. They're smart. They're going to ask the right questions. And then, because black parents, we always buying our kids some gadgets and forgetting to buy the batteries, right? How many, come on, raise your hand, those of y'all that are guilty, that you get to say you forget to buy the batteries. Our kids ask smart questions. Okay, so Santa Claus ain't got no D batteries? Santa ain't had no batteries. Santa gonna drop this toy off and he ain't got no batteries. Our kids are smart. And so, so as black parents, we just got to cut the charade and we got to let our children know, that, just like all the other myths that white folks believe in, like Darryl Scott having to talk with Chicago gang thugs and like all lives matter and like so-called trickle-down economics, like the fact that racism don't exist and Donald Trump is not a racist. They know that a white fat dude from the North Pole is a figment of the white imagination. Yeah, that just don't go well with black culture. And while we're at that, what color is Santa, really? Have you ever thought about the race of Santa Claus? Megyn Kelly said Santa just is white, and that's all there is to it. What ethnicity is your Santa? First of all, let's get it straight, because the jolly red-nosed white man and bearer of Christmas gift is a fictional North American character, but let me tell you about the real Santa Claus legend. Good morning, caller. You're on the air. Good morning, caller. All right, just be patient. I'll answer the call. 413-736-2781. Those of you who want to call in on the conversation. The Santa Claus legend is traced to St. Nicholas, a black Christian monk who lived in Turkey. A black Christian monk who lived in Turkey in the 4th century. That's the character, the real life character that St. Nicholas or Santa Claus is based off of. And through the years, St. Nick had been depicted as a black man, but all of a sudden, when white folks get their hands on stuff, they can't have a benevolent person being depicted as black, especially when you're pushing white supremacy, so they changed him to a fat white dude from the North Pole. And that's how Santa went from being black to white. Just like Jesus, born in Northeast Africa to black parents, all of a sudden became a blonde-haired, blue-eyed European dude. Good morning, caller.
Good morning, Bishop. Well, I was a kid. I'm 60 now, and my daddy told me that I'm the Santa and your mama's the Claus. He used a little more colorful words because that's where we come from, but that's what he told me. So my Santa looked like my dad.
That's right. That's right.
And my children's father said, "Don't, Juanita, you are not going to tell my children that some white man bought these toys hard as we've been working." So that went.
Amen. That's how black families deal with it. No, baby. Not after I done worked hard and went out to this mall and spent all my money and stuff. I'm not about to tell you that some white dude brought this stuff down the chimney.
Absolutely not. Have a blessed day, sir.
All right. Thank you for your call. Yeah. I mean, hey, now white folks, y'all can get away with that, because of course, Santa looked like y'all and all that kind of stuff. It's a nice little myth to keep your kids. Like I said, white kids be believing that stuff till they like 22 or something like that. But our kids, they figure it out real quick, real quick. Good morning, caller.
Yeah, good morning. This is really a disturbing. Santa Claus is black and Jesus is black. Are there any other black people in my life I should know about?
You got a problem with them being black?
No, I don't. I just want to know.
So what you complaining about? Why you mad? Why you mad?
I asked you a question.
Why you mad though? Why you mad? You said no. You mad? Let me repeat your words. Can I repeat your words? Let me repeat your words. This is disturbing. This is disturbing. Santa Claus is black and Jesus is black. Are there any other black people in my life I need to know about? This is disturbing. Why is it disturbing that Santa is black and Jesus is black?
No, it's news to me because when you believe something your whole life and now.
But why is it disturbing?
Because it's shocking news. I mean, if you found out that your father was white, I mean, wouldn't you be?
No, my daddy black. I know who my daddy is. I know he's black. He ain't no white dude. But Jesus was born. Y'all call it the Middle East, but let me debunk that misnomer. There was no such thing as the Middle East when Christ was born. The Middle East became the Middle East when they built the Suez Canal in the 1850s that separated Northeast Africa from what is now called the Middle East. During that time, the Middle East was all Northeast Africa. So let's just put it in geographic perspective. So Jesus was born in Northeast Africa, in a region of the country, in a time when folk who were there were black people. He went to Egypt and hid out amongst black people. But all of a sudden, he looked like Michelangelo's cousin, and you believed that nonsense? And now you're shocked that you're finding out that, he may not have been a white dude? Why are you shocked?
Well, first of all, if we could let me just go to Santa Claus. As long as I get presents on Christmas, I don't care what color Santa Claus is.
No. What you just said, you were shocked, and you said it was disturbing. Now you're trying to backtrack. You said you were shocked. You said you were shocked. You said it was disturbing. And so but you're not going to address the Jesus part. You're not going to address the fact that I'm trying. Here's what I'm trying to figure out. Because see, if folk told me all my life that some dude born to white parents in Europe was a black dude, I'd kind of ask questions about that. But for some reason, white folks don't ask questions about, how this dude who was born and raised in Africa, during a time where black people were in that region and stuff, how did he get to look like Charlton Heston or, look like Brad Pitt? How did he get to be blonde-haired and blue-eyed and look European? You never asked that question?
I was just in church the other day, and there was a nativity scene in there, and the baby was white.
Of course the baby was white, because you cannot push a doctrine of white supremacy if deity is black. You can't push white superiority and then tell white folks that God is black. How can you say Jesus is black, but black folks are inferior at the same time? You can't do it. So you gotta change him into a white baby.
Well, we gotta change these nativity scenes then. I mean, we gotta get, we gotta stop making the white babies, and we gotta change them to black babies. I mean, I think you should start that crusade.
No, we already started that. We started that a long time ago, decades ago. There ain't never been a white nativity scene up in my house. Ain't never been a white Jesus hanging in my house either. So trust me, conscious black people for a long time have rejected that white Jesus myth and that white Santa Claus myth.
What color is Mother Mary in your nativity scene?
Mary's black too. Mary black, Joseph. Oh, you think Mary was a white woman who had a black baby?
I don't know.
Oh, that's just too much. That's too much for your white sensibilities. God help me if Mother Mary was black. Mary's got to be the pure virgin white woman, right?
I'm going to have to get some medication this morning. This is too upsetting.
Yeah, you are. You are. You need some medication because that's just too much. Too much. No, Lord. Elizabeth, I'm coming to join you. Mary was not white. Oh, my goodness. All right, I got to get out the way. Oh, man. Mrs. Cynthia Butler is in the studio. She's coming up next with Mid-Morning Jazz, great black music. I'll take one final call. Good morning, caller. You're on the air.
Tell her read Revelation. It says, in Revelations, it says Jesus was bronze. His feet was burnt like bronze. His hair was of wool.
All right.
Tell her read Revelation.
All right. Thank you. Oh, God help me today. Anyway, y'all see why y'all always want to call all late and when you know I'm getting off the air. Listen, if you're looking for a place to worship, check us out at the Spring of Hope Church of God in Christ. We're located at 35 Alden Street, the brick church right there at Six Corners. Meet us there Wednesdays at 7 p.m. For Bible study. Sunday morning, every morning at 7 a.m. For prayer. And Sunday morning at 9:30 a.m. for Sunday school and 11 a.m. for our worship celebration. All right, check us out. Listen, go to our website, 413hope.org. I got to get out your way. Don't you dare touch that dial. Good music is coming to you right now. Until the next time I talk to you and you talk to me, always remember, God loves you, and so do I. I figured that's the season for it.
I got that white sound.